Hi, do you believe in taking care of yourself? I'm sure you do. That seems like a silly question. And yet, when I work with women and I bring up self care, sometimes I hear things like, I don't have time, or that seems selfish. Well, neither is true. First of all, we always have time for the things that really matter to us. And secondly, self care is the exact opposite of being selfish, and I'm going to explain why. Self care is about making sure that you're healthy in four areas: spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And your physical health has to do with more than just your body, it has to do with your physical environment. When you are spiritually healthy, you are, of course, making God a priority and all the things that that encompasses. So, taking time out for prayer, taking time out for studying God's word, for meditating, and certainly the peripheral aspects of that too: church attendance and serving within your church community and serving outside of your church community. All of those have a spiritual component to being spiritually healthy. Your mental health has to do with more than just not being mentally ill. It has to do with keeping mentally sharp and keeping your brain active and potentially learning new information, learning new skills, using critical and complex thinking, and engaging in strategic processes. You can do that through playing certain games that require you to strategize or use complex thinking. You can keep mentally sharp by having intellectual discussions with people, philosophical discussions, religious discussions with people. You can read books that stretch your understanding and knowledge, books that use bigger language than you're used to using, that make you have to think and expand your 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 ability to process, but also expand your understanding. Your emotional health has to do with what it sounds like. How do you control your emotions? Do you let your emotions rule your decision making? Are you in control of your emotions when things are upsetting and chaotic around you and you're in a stressful environment? How emotionally intelligent are you, and what does that even mean? A lot of this has to do with even this negative self-talk potentially that's in your head, who you hang out with, who you let influence you in terms of what you tell yourself about yourself, about life, about people, about situations. And your physical health, again, it has two components. It has to do with, are you taking care of your body? Are you eating well? Are you moving your body in ways that keep it functioning at its best? I'm not talking about extreme exercise programs or unhealthy diets. I'm talking about a lifestyle that tells you and everybody around you that you respect the body God has given you and you want to take the best care of it that you possibly can. And then the other aspect of physical health is your environment. Sometimes we can be taking care of our bodies, but we are exposing ourselves within our physical environment to toxic people, toxic conditions, toxic chemicals. Maybe our environment isn't safe mentally or emotionally. Maybe it's not safe physically. Maybe there's danger. Maybe it's a dangerous environment where we live. Maybe it's dangerous within our home for various reasons. Maybe it's too cluttered or messy. And so we can't function optimally in other ways. So being healthy and taking care of ourselves, self-care, means constantly looking at those four areas to see how we're doing, to be constantly assessing where we're at. And the standard of that is in God's word. God's word speaks in multiple ways and in multiple places to all four of those areas of health. And the reason why it's not selfish is because when we take care of ourselves, we are doing it with our loved ones in mind. We are thinking about how we can best perform so that we can be of service to others, to our husbands, to our children, to our community, to our church, etc., etc. So take some time out today for something that is meeting one of those 4 areas of your health. Do something that is good for you, which is in turn going to be good for others.